What would you do if your generosity was not only unappreciated but actively disparaged? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. My late brother, Michael, passed away tragically before his first child, Leo, was even born. Because of this profound loss, I, as Leo's Uncle David, found myself with an unusually significant role in my nephew's life. From the beginning, one of my main ways of contributing was by building him custom toys and furniture. It was a comfortable way to provide support without the awkwardness of simply handing over cash, which I knew my former sister-in-law, Clara, might have found uncomfortable. It's also worth noting that Michael had foresight. He wasn't actually married to Clara, and through his cash and work life insurance, a trust fund of approximately £500,000 was set up specifically for Leo. Over the years, I put a lot of time and effort into these creations. Using the lab at my work, I crafted numerous wooden and 3D printed toys, even some intricate handmade electronic ones. Clara always seemed genuinely grateful for these gifts, and by all accounts, Leo absolutely adored his custom-made items. 3 years quickly passed, and Clara remarried. Her new husband, Robert, entered the picture. I arrived the night before Leo's 3rd birthday party to assemble his gift, a small climbing frame and swing set. It was a more ambitious project, inspired by better carpenters at the lab than myself. Robert was noticeably standoffish from the moment I arrived. The next day, at the party itself, he became quite vocal, loudly declaring to anyone who would listen that I hadn't paid for the present, claiming instead that lackeys at my work had made it for free. His comments culminated in him disparaging all my presents as an embarrassment, suggesting that with my fancy job, I should be able to splash some cash. I couldn't let it slide. I confronted both Robert and Clara. Clara, to my surprise, essentially confirmed Robert's sentiment, stating that while the presents were appreciated, she had honestly expected more direct support from me after Michael's death. It was an astounding revelation. Thankfully, my mother, Leo's grandmother, stepped in. She calmly reminded Clara that Michael had paid for their house, and that they regularly withdrew around £10,000 a year from Leo's trust fund. We walked out shortly after, without a satisfactory response from either of them. Despite the unpleasantness, I continued to see Leo without incident. An omniscient narrator might observe, Robert made a foolish decision at that moment, completely unaware that this single act would lead to his own downfall, revealing a profound misunderstanding of both financial realities and the depth of Uncle David's commitment. 6 or 7 months later, I was visiting when Clara casually informed me she was pregnant with twins. Then came the audacity. She wondered if I could make duplicates of the items I had made for Leo, as they now needed 2 sets. I scoffed, a dry, incredulous sound escaping my lips. The sheer nerve of her, after such ingratitude. I told her bluntly that I owed her unborn children very little. Clara became visibly upset. She tried to explain her previous statements about my handmade gifts, insisting she felt they were the kind of little things someone did as a favor, not what a family provides. This was why, she claimed, she was now asking me as a friend to do her a favor and manufacture duplicates. I reiterated my refusal. At that point, Robert, from another room, shouted through that it didn't matter. They would simply use the trust to provide for kids like it's supposed to. A slow smile spread across my face. That trust, I retorted, my voice calm but laced with steel, is for my nephew. And good luck accessing it for that, because the trust requires my signature to pay out. The immediate silence that followed was deafening. I wasn't even home before my phone rang. It was Robert, calling to apologize. His voice was suddenly conciliatory, almost fawning. He was clearly unaware that I held the reins to my late brother's money. The apology was, predictably, insincere. I asked to speak to Clara and, once again, confirmed that I would not be manufacturing anything for her or her new children. Your SIL is beyond entitled, one online comment read. She lives in a house paid for by your late brother and benefits from a trust and then has the gall to criticize your gifts to your nephew. Outrageous. Another user added. Your brother was so smart to give you control over the trust for your nephew. That ensures your nephew's position is protected both financially and in this new family. This perspective resonated deeply. I will absolutely continue to be an uncle to Leo, and I'll remain impartial when it comes to Clara accessing his trust fund. but Robert's arrogance and Clara's blatant ingratitude have severely burned through my goodwill. This story highlights the importance of setting boundaries and standing firm when your generosity is exploited. When do you believe it's right to draw a line and say enough is enough in family matters?